Hey, Violent Community, this is Chris. Yesterday I watched a video from Norman Maslov. Mazzy, he was with Amanda, the archivist, and they did a video in honor of Women's Day. So I missed out on the actual Women's Day, but I thought I could do a video with showcasing mostly female artists, or at least some female was involved in it. So, starting with, I'll just start with this CD and get it out of the way. Somebody had shown this recently, maybe the vinyl version, but this is all I could come up with, but from the Ethiopics series, number 21. This is Emahoy Segwe Miriam Gebrau, or something like that. So, solo piano from Ethiopian pianist. I can't tell what year it is offhand, but yeah. It's a few years old. So, I also saw Mazzy had done another video. I guess he's stuck inside avoiding the coronavirus, so he's doing lots of contest entries. So he did one for Brad at H2 Vinyl, and one of the questions was show 5 albums that you haven't shown before. I think it was 5. So I'm not entering that contest, but you know, I like the question, you know. So here's an album that I don't think I have shown before, but so female fronted artist, band, the Divinyls, with Christina Amphlett, I think, is the front vocalist. This is from 1992, the album Desperate on Chrysalis. So there's the first of these female artists, or the second, counting Emahoy. And here's another one I don't think I have shown, Bikini Kill. In case you can't tell, Promo. So it's not a white label promo, just on this red label. Kill Rock Stars, 1980, maybe 1982. Includes a song called Thurston Hart's The Who. So that's a very Dr. Seuss sounding title. And then I think I watched another video earlier. Dave, Culture Fan, showed, he was doing a singer-songwriter video. And he showed this artist in CD format. So I thought I would show a LP or vinyl version of it. Nanci Griffith, Lone Star State of Mind. So folky, he compared her to sort of an Emmylou Harris type sound. This is on the MCA label. Probably means it's a reissue, but Nanci Griffith. And then second one on that from her. There's a light beyond these woods. This is on the Philo label. So more Nanci Griffith, 1982 was the original release date on that. and some more female artists. Alix Dobkin. This is the album Alix on Music for Women. I'm sorry, Women's Waxworks. This is from 1980. Alix Dobkin. Alix. And then I don't think I've shown this before. This was a fairly recent pickup. EP, Never Been Better. Same label. Alix Dobkin. And then a little mini, well, first, before we do a little mini jazz set, get this out of the way. Continental Drifters, so sort of an Americana band. They include Vicki Peterson and Susan Cowsill. Vicki Peterson from the Bangles and Susan Cowsill from the Cowsills. They also have some other members that founded the band and joined it later on. 2 CD set of collected early and later works. Peter Holsapple's in it from the DBs. Other people that, so folky Americana stuff. Then some jazz artists. Sylvie Courvoisier in this trio work with Mark Feldman and Eric Friedlander. She's a keyboardist. This is a 2 CD set on ECM. Abaton, 2003. More sort of avant-garde jazz. Jessica Williams, solo piano in the key of Monk. This is on the Jazz Focus label. So, solo piano tribute to Thelonious Monk by Jessica Williams. And then the last one in this series, this little set, Miriam Schroeder, Lasciando. So here she does a 1-track, 54 minutes and 50 seconds on the Jecklin label from Eastern Europe. This is from 1992, solo piano. And then back to the folky stuff. I think Massey made mention of Sandy Denny and showed a little a box set that he had, but here's something I picked up recently. Sandy Denny. I've always kept a unicorn, so a 2 CD set collecting works from various phases of her career, solo, Fotheringay, Fairport Convention, more solo works. Sandy Denny. I've always kept a unicorn. And then another, well, first I'll show this one, Shirley Collins. So we're sort of going off into an English folk tangent. So Shirley Collins, Amaranth, including anthems in look a little more normal on the inside picture. And then she did 2 albums of old English folk songs with Tim Hart, both of Steel Eye Span. So Tim Hart, Maddy Pryor, Folk Songs of Old England, Volume 1. This is on the Mooncrest label. From, seems like 66, 67 maybe. And then volume 2 of that series. This particular version was issued in 1975, also on Mooncrest. And then a couple of other albums, and then we'll finish up with some modern folk. So Mazzy had shown or mentioned Lucinda Williams, so these were 2 Lucinda Williams albums that I picked up at the Barnes & Noble half-price sale. Down Where the Spirit Meets the Bone, 2014 release, 3 LP set. On 30 Tigers. And Lucinda Williams on the Ghosts of Highway 20. 2 LP set, also on Thrifty Tigers, 2016. And then this last one to finish up all these oddballs. Pickles and Peppers and Other Rags by Women. So solo piano works by, that's played by Virginia Eskin on the Northeastern label. So she's playing songs composed by women in the sort of the rag vein, which would be, you know, like Scott Joplin and whatever that movie was. Robert Redford was in it. The Entertainer. So Virginia Eskin playing solo piano. Piano works. And then we get into the modern folk. So start out with the vinyl part of this. Espers 3. So this is 2 men, 2 women. There's the sleeve, inner label. So the 2 women are Meg Baird. So here's another work by her. Don't Weigh Down the Light. And Helena Espvall. And here she's on a CD with Ernesto Diaz Infante, who's a guitarist and pianist. So they're doing sort of avant-garde duo pieces. And then in keeping with all that, Sharron Kraus, The Fox's Wedding. This is what's playing in the background, or was playing. So again, more modern folk. Another one by Sharron Kraus. This is a collection of seasonal songs and celebrations. Right wantonly, if mumming. This is on the Bow Weevil label. And to wrap it up, Sharron Kraus, Pilgrim's Chants and Pastoral Trails. So there's some old folk, modern folk, jazz, in-between stuff. So, thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you later. Alright, this is an addendum to the video. I almost forgot. Recently, I had watched Norman Maslov video, and he had shown Alvin and the Chipmunks, and he showed an Alvin and the Chipmunks cover that didn't have an album to go with it, and I just happened to have an album without a cover, so I asked Norman Maslov, Mazzy, if I could purchase the cover from him, and he said, no, I'll just send it to you. So he did, and he included some VCLT with it. So that's what this is, and it fits in with this women's video. So what he sent me was the was Ella Fitzgerald, Duke Ellington songbook. So 1957 recordings. This is a reissue on Verve. A 2 LP set. Ella Fitzgerald doing Duke Ellington. Nice, simple arrangements. You know, her and minimal accompaniment. So, very good. And so, I didn't have Ella Fitzgerald doing Duke Ellington, but I did have Ella Fitzgerald doing Gershwin. So here's my Ella Fitzgerald. This is volume 1 of the Gershwin songbook with Nelson Riddle, gatefold, more 1957 recordings, I think, with a real nice cover artwork, Verve, and then volume 2 is different series of these reissues. So, but still Gershwin songbook volume 2 on Verve. And then volume 3, we get back to the other style as in volume 1. I mean, this is volume 4. I'm missing volume 3 on a physical media. I did find a digital copy that tied me over. So, also on Verve. So, those are the addendum to this video with Ella Fitzgerald, and then the beer related to this video is Sierra Nevada Bigfoot barley wine style ale. I think this is like a 9.6, 9.8 alcohol by volume. Sierra Nevada, big brewer, fairly big brewery. This is the 2020 edition of this. So they've been putting it out annually for several years. So thanks everyone. See you later.